This is Week 1 Detroit Lions versus San Francisco 49ers analysis, breakdown, and prediction video. In this video, we're going to go and dive deep what I think is going to happen about this game. Before we get into this game and breakdown, if you're not a subscriber, smash that subscribe. Also, let's get to 200 likes in this video. Let's get this bad boy going.
It's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and the YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
This video is brought to you by our new sponsor, BetQL, the #1 app to compare betting odds. Once again, if you want to go ahead and bet your sportsbook, making a bunch of money betting on the Detroit Lions and or other games this season, the link you see below me right now, chatsports.com/LionsQL. Use the discount code ChatLions to get 25% off any of their subscriptions and offerings. You'll find all their information in the description below to get a special offer and a free year subscription of BetQL. It is a new season, folks. The Detroit Lions are 0-0. San Francisco 49ers 0-0 as well. Lions last year 5 wins. San Francisco last year 6 wins. You got two teams that are completely different from what we're used to seeing of last year. Why do I say this? Well, the Detroit Lions got a new head coach, GM, new quarterback, and nearly 50% of the roster is not on the same team this year that it was in previous year. And the San Francisco 49ers, they had a ton of injuries last year, really derailed their season. Now they are much more healthy, and they drafted a quarterback with that third pick in this 2021 NFL draft. Generally, when I do breakdowns, I like to go player v. player and kind of look at week in, week out. But this is week 1. So we don't really have stats except for last year's stats, and a lot of that is a little bit off, considering the fact it's a whole different team, whole different personnel, but we're going to do the best we can with what we got. Let's begin. We're going to start with the quarterback position here. Now, the Detroit Lions quarterback Jared Goff last year was 67% completion with nearly 4,000 yards passing, 20 touchdowns, 30 interceptions at 90% completion percentage. When we look at Jimmy Garoppolo, these stats are skewed because he was injured. So we're going to look at the 67.1 completion percentage, yards of 1,096, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, rating of 92.4. When I look and compare and contrast these two quarterbacks, very similar numbers. Obviously, the yards are not the same, but that's what happens when you have an injured. When you look at the offensive line, obviously that affects the quarterback. Both teams got a very good offensive line. That is key towards this game, but the San Francisco 49ers do have a very dominant defensive line. And compare and contrast, though, with these two quarterbacks, I'm going to say generally this is fairly even, and I'm going to say this is not an advantage for either team. Quarterbacks, same. Shout out to our sponsor of today's video, BetQL, the best advantage you can get with a win and beat your sportsbook this season. All you need to do is download BetQL app to make the smart bets you need because they have their best bets computer model of their scans for over 350 unique best bets per you to give you the best recommendation across every game in all major sports. They have the model that covers everything. They have the app that is very convenient to their spreads, over and unders, player prop bets. All you have to do is research. They will help you do that, and they can go ahead and make the best bets possible and hopefully win a lot of money this season. Heading into the football season again, download the app. Super easy, convenient. Shoot, I have it in my phone. Head over to chatsports.com/chatslions to get 25% off their subscription offerings. If you have any more questions, go to the description box below. The information, the links, you need to sign up and get that discount code as well. There's 3 games that I picked for BetQL to make some money off here, and the Arizona Cardinals right now is a +3 versus the Tennessee Titans. With the revamped offense and defense, I do believe they can cover that spread, as well as the Browns +6.5 versus the Chiefs. Look, I love the Kansas City Chiefs, but 6.5 is quite a bit. The Browns, very good team. I think they can cover as well. And the Miami Dolphins are a +3 versus the New England Patriots, who have a rookie quarterback. Miami Dolphins did good last year. I think they can cover as well. Let's jump to the running backs on this football team. Last year, the Detroit Lions attempted 367 rushing yards for 1,499, 17 touchdowns, 4.1 percentage. When you look at the San Francisco 49ers, 437, 1,889, 19 to 4.3. When I look at the running game here, the Detroit Lions, it's much improved from last year. We look at the stats, you kind of throw that away. This is a whole different type of team now. San Francisco 49ers fans expect the Lions to run a little bit more. You got DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams now are number 2, as well as Jamar Jefferson. Now when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers, they have a fantastic, absolutely awesome running game, and Raheem Mostert's going to come in there and make a lot of noise. When it comes to running game, even though the Lions have a revamped running game, I'm still going to give the advantage here to the San Francisco 49ers of a +2 advantage. It's yet to be seen if the Lions will commit, even though we think they are. The 49ers, have a very good run game, and it's something they've already proved last year for the 49ers. +2 advantage, San Francisco. Let's jump to the receiving weapons, and the reason I'm not jumping on here with all the wide receivers because I can't talk about it. The Lions wide receivers are completely different from last year, so I'm going to give the 2 main targets for both teams. You look at TJ Hockenson, tight end, 67 for 723, 10.86 touchdowns. And, of course, you look at the great George Kittle, 48, 634, 13.2 with 2 touchdowns. And this is what happens when you're San Francisco 49ers last year. It definitely hurt with a lot of injuries. Overall, we're talking about the quarterback position. Jimmy Garoppolo went down, and it's hard to distribute those balls the way you want them to be. And now that he's healthy, you're going to see the numbers go up. So they're a little bit skewed here. Lions wide receivers are completely different from last year. Can't look at any of the stats and say it's legitimate. So here, I'm going to give advantage to the San Francisco 49ers of a +2 advantage. Again, when it comes to the tight end, I think the Lions are going to target TJ Hockenson a lot. And it really wouldn't shock me if he gets more receptions than George Kittle because our receiving weapons, to me, the number 1 guy is TJ Hockenson, and we're going to target him quite a bit. If you look at Jared Goff so far in training camp, he was targeting TJ Hockenson a lot. So expect a ton of targets there, 49ers fans, but still, they have more proven receivers. I love Deebo Samuel, and I think they're going to effectively distribute the football to all the wide receivers. +2 advantage, San Francisco. One more shout out to our sponsor, BetQL, the best way to take advantage and beat your sportsbook this year. Hopefully win you a bunch of money. Just download the app to make the smartest bets possible you can have. The app is great. I just downloaded it over the weekend. I'm looking through all the stuff, and they got different models regarding spreads, over and unders, player prop bets, and they're at the front to give you the best bets of the week, and it's super easy. Go ahead and get started in the world of sports betting. Go to Google Play Store and App Store. Download the BetQL right now. You can also check out their BetMGM offer in the description to order receive a free year of BetQL. Again, below, down in the description, this link is chatsports.com/LionsQL. Deposit $10, bet $10, receive free year of BetQL within 24 hours of your wager. Let's go ahead and talk about the Detroit Lions and San Francisco's defensive line. Now they had 778 solo tackles, assisted of 351, a total 1,129, 24 sacks, 15 forced fumbles. We jumped to San Francisco, 717 solo assisted, 306, total 1023, 30 sacks, 13 forced fumbles. I don't want to continue to kick a dead horse, but it's week 1. This is difficult. A lot of personnel's change on both teams. The Detroit Lions defensive line is completely different from what it was last year. Much more improved. They'll be able to do better stopping the run, as well as a little bit better in the linebacking course. You're going to see these numbers not as much as what we've really seen in years past. We jump to the San Francisco 49ers, their injury. I mean, they're hitting Nick Bosa back. Nick freaking Bosa is a boss. He's going to get after the quarterback. He's going to rip it up. And so when it comes to the defensive line and the linebackers advantage, I'm going to give to the San Francisco 49ers of a +1 advantage. I do think the Lions got better up front, much better, and I think that San Francisco is just dominant defensive line. Getting after the quarterback, it's going to be a long day. This will be the matchup of the day. Lions offensive line versus the defensive line of San Francisco, and vice versa. They both got good trenches, and that's what makes the NFL fun. This is going to be awesome to watch. Let's go to the Lions and San Francisco secondary here. We look at pass defense last year, 52, 7 interceptions, 65 brought it back, long of 36, but 0 touchdowns. We look at the San Francisco 49ers, 62, 12 INTs, 123, long of 51, 1 touchdown. I think this is going to be an even keel when it comes to the secondary here. I think the Detroit Lions got a little bit better simply because of the coaching staff itself, and I think San Francisco's got a good athletic secondary that can get some turnovers here. When it comes to this part of the defense, I say it's even. Now let's go ahead and jump to the head coaches of this game. Lions' new head coach, Dan Campbell. Now this is from the Miami Dolphins. He is 5-7. He hasn't been in the postseason. Overall of 5-7. You go ahead and look at Shanahan here. He's 29-35, 2-1 in the postseason, 31-36 overall. As much as I would like to be a homer in here, I think I still got to give the advantage to Kyle Shanahan. To me, he's actually proven right now. Now, I love Dan Campbell. Don't get me wrong. This is ridiculous of the media destroying him, saying he's the worst coach of all time. That's not the case at all. I think he's a very good head coach, but you got to be able to prove it right now. Right now, it's a rookie coach, so we just got to see throughout the season. So I'm going to give advantage to Kyle Shanahan, a 1-point advantage. Overall, when it comes to the prediction here and the score, I do believe that the San Francisco 49ers will come to Detroit and Ford Field. The Lions do have home field advantage, so that does play a part in this. But I have the San Francisco 49ers winning 27-24. They will go 1-0, and the Detroit Lions will go 0-1. In the upcoming videos, make sure you are back on this channel on Sunday for the live watch party. Lions versus San Francisco. It's going to be fun. We will have the game sound and audio, do play-by-play commentary of what's taking place. Make sure, show back up for Lions versus 49ers.